I'm Chad Bianco, Riverside County Sheriff. I shouldn't be here tonight having to do this again. I'm devastated to tell of the loss of another one of our deputy sheriffs who was killed in the line of duty today while answering a call for service involving domestic violence and a child custody type of a call. Deputy Darnell Calhoun was 30 years old. The City of San Diego Police Department. 2 years there before lateraling to us last February. He was assigned to Lake Elsinore Station. He's a husband, a son. He would have been a dad. At about 4:20 this afternoon, dispatch received a call of an unknown trouble. There was voices heard in the background. It sounded like there could possibly be a struggle, and deputies responded to the scene. Once there, Deputy Calhoun was the first to arrive. At this point, we are not completely sure of the circumstances surrounding the initial contact. The second deputy arriving found our deputy wounded in the street, and a gunfight between the suspect and that deputy ensued. The suspect was hit. He was treated at the scene and transported to the hospital. He's currently in critical condition. At this point, that is all I can tell you about the call. I will not give any information about the suspect. I'm sure there'll be more to follow as we prepare for another deputy funeral. I will take questions, but keep in mind, it is very limited to what I can disclose.
Sheriff, condolences to you and your department, first of all. Is it true that it has been 20 years since you lost a deputy in the line of duty until 2 weeks ago?
Yes, 2003 was the last time we had a deputy murdered in the line of duty. And then obviously Deputy Cordero 2 weeks ago and today.
And when you say that this deputy was going to be a dad, is his wife pregnant?
She is.
She is pregnant.
And Sheriff Bianco, your message to the community and to your deputies during this difficult time, like you just mentioned, obviously Deputy Cordero, this was just 2 weeks ago today.
We are sadly in a time where there is a growing population that has absolutely zero respect for other people. They have zero respect for authority. They have zero respect for law enforcement. And nationwide, we are confronting these situations with armed individuals that, over what seemingly seem to be minor disagreements, are willing to engage law enforcement in life and death gun battles all too frequently. We are obviously grieving at the Sheriff's Department. Law enforcement in general is grieving. We're now involving San Diego Police Department, who for 2 years worked side by side with him. They are going through the same thing that we're going through. Unfortunately, I'm going to tell you we will get through it. We will hold our heads high, and we will come right back to work to answer another call for service that could put our lives in jeopardy again. The amount of outpouring from our community, from our city council, from our county officials, from our residents already is immense. I cannot begin to describe the support that we have from our community. And I can honestly tell you that our deputies know it and they feel it, and that makes them want to come back and do this again.
Sheriff, can you talk about the incredible show of support here at the hospital? Deputies from all different departments here paying their respects and showing their support, and what that means to you and your department.
Yes, the initial response of law enforcement from all the different agencies started during the gun battle when the initial call went out. So all of the agencies that surround us, the police departments and highway patrol, respond to render help. Obviously, when we lose someone, it affects all of us. We all know that it could be us, it could be our kids that are suffering, our wife that's suffering, our husband that's suffering. And so the emotions and the trauma that is felt here, mostly internal, this really is the only way they can express that emotion. And we have his entire shift from San Diego that has already arrived. Unfortunately, this horrible news travels fast, and I'm very happy to see them here so we can mourn with them. But this is, after the last one, there's, and I'm sure it will happen again. Social media is just such a wonderful thing. The vile comments from people are disgusting to me. And how we grieve and what we do to pay our respects for someone that gave his life to protect someone else. We need this. The deputies need this. Other police officers need it. His family needs this to try and cope. I unfortunately said this with Deputy Cordero. There is not a person that could say a bad thing about him. And now I have to say it with Deputy Calhoun. There is not one person with one negative thing to say about him. He was the most cheerful, the most positive, the most good, wholesome man you can imagine. And now a father, a mother, a wife, and us are trying to figure out why. And so for us to be able to honor him here and honor his family when we have no idea why something this horrific happens to someone that is trying to do good, it's minor. It's minor in the grand scheme of things, but it means everything to them. Yes.
Kitty Alvarado from KPBS News. I could say something nice.
That's okay. Thank you, Kitty.
I had the honor of doing a feature story on Deputy Calhoun not long ago. I spent the day with him when he transferred here from San Diego. He was so happy to be working at your department. He was happy to finally not be commuting to San Diego. And he was one of the nicest people I have ever met. He was so kind and courteous, generous with his time, had the most beautiful smile. He couldn't say any more wonderful things about you, about the men and women of RSO, about not having to drive to San Diego again, but he was such a kind man. And when I saw his picture, I think they posted the picture I took of him, one of the other media outlets, one of the other people, and I dropped my phone when I saw that it was him. I'm in shock. I'm devastated for you, for his family, and one of the kindest people I have ever met. I'm so sorry for your loss. And
thank you. He has a fantastic family.
I'm so sorry.
In February, when he was sworn in, I hugged his mother and I promised I would take care of him. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you all coming out, and if anything breaks in this, anything changes, we will keep you posted. Thank you.